just wanted to do a quick video of the MBS electric board I built. The MBS Birds 95 Comp. And it came out right. It took a couple months to build. And I started out buying the motor mounts because I figured those would be the hardest things to find, and that actually proved to be true. From Boardnamics, and he stopped making them, at least right after I bought them, but he may be making them again. And then once I got those, I bought the Momentum chain drive, you know, with the spacers and the 12 tooth, even though I didn't use the 12 tooth because the motors I picked had 10mm shafts on them, so I had to get new 12 tooth 10mm motor gears from Electric Scooter Supply. But if I ever change over to the 8mm better motors, like from, you know, Hobby King or Maytech or torque boards, you know, at least I've got those. I put the Flipsky 6.6 200 amp in there. I'm running each motor at 80 amps, and then each battery's given 80 amps. Because the Graphene 12S, or the 6S 12,000s that I run in series for 12S 12,000s can put out 90 amps, or no, they put out 180 amps a piece. So that's no big deal there for those. And they even puffed on me. One of them puffed on me already. I mean, typical, you know. So that kind of was a bummer. Just one side of those black Graphenes. I mean, they're good. They're very powerful, but I see no difference in those than I do the blue ones, which puff too. I mean, I should have just bucked up and got the P42A cells and built the cells, but we'll do that some other time. So when I got the board, I did get the heel straps at the same time. And I bought the Pelican 1040. I put an 80mm fan with like a 3D printed piece on the top. I like 3D printed a key with a anti-spark Amass XT90, and I just plug it in over here, you know. And then I bought the Pelican 1800 case, which fits those 6S 12,000 Graphenes fine with a layer of foam all the way around. So it's actually a good fit. You want to put cardboard on the bottom for sure if you're going to have screws. And then a Amass series connector, which I made with like 10 gauge or whatever. Kind of big wire. Or yeah, 10 gauge, and I went to 12 or something. But then the ESC's got like 10 gauge, or it's got huge wires on it for 200 amps. And I cut like on the inside of the ESC, I cut the rubber inside apart, so yeah, so it still seals real good. And then I cut a big square, obviously there, and I cut a slot here, which I was going to use like the cable glands like that back here, but there's no way. The 6.6 Flipsky was not going to fit in a 1040, like with those cable glands. And I put some lights on the back there, which look pretty cool when you're cruising. Now the Birds 95 comes with the plastic uppers, which are they're strong. I mean, I'm not jumping and doing all that shit, so with my weight, I think it's fine. I got those cheap motors, 6374 motors. I mean, they're what, 170 kV. I mean, it'll burn rubber when you're just kind of cruising at 10 miles an hour. You just punch it, it'll burn rubber all the way down the road on the dirt. So it's got plenty of power. Even with the cheap motors, these motors are only $50 a piece compared to the Maytech or the DIY, you know, all those motors from Hobby King, the SK8, the censored one, the uncensored SK8, all those motors that are $100 a piece, $85 a piece. I have those, but I figured I'd try these, and they've been all right so far. They definitely whine. I had to put the vesc at like 35 kilohertz to kind of quiet it down. But it's better. But because I run in censored mode, in current mode, current with reverse, with no reverse. 80 amps motor. I'm only like regenerating like 12 amps. I figure 12,000 milliamp hour batteries, 12 amps is probably good. And then I put those on there to capture the box. You can see there the mounts. The Matrix 2 trucks are really quite nice. I have the orange bushings. I probably need the yellow just because I'm so lightweight. I was supposed to get the black rims with this board, and I got the white. And I kind of complained about it, but they wanted me to send them back, on my dime. They didn't want to send me a return label, so I just kept them. They took 3 weeks to get back to me anyways. So I kind of gave up on that. And the only reason I really wanted the black to begin with is so the 8-inch tires would have black. And then when I bought the 5 stars, which only come in white, and they're for 9-inch tires, so they, so I'm kind of stuck with white for a while. That's all right. There's not a whole lot more there. I mean, it's a real simple build. I think I did, there's not a whole lot to it. I put some bike lights on the front. These worked out pretty good. They really need to cut these boards a little bit. But they don't rub. I really can't lean it a lot hard enough. Well, with these bushings, with my weight, I can't really lean it like far enough to touch that, to touch the motor mounts there. On the remote, I just did the Master Cho. I just printed the PLA out on my board, and it's pretty solid. I did screw it and glue it, and I made it so these were kind of recessed, and this as well is recessed. Even the switch is like recessed. That way you don't touch that stuff, because once you set that, you don't need to touch it. You can turn it on real easy, but you can't touch those steering or throttle adjustments and things like that, or the reverse adjustments that you don't need. It's the nuts on the other side of these, on the inside, that just give the height of the board, and you can see the way that it's offset a little bit, but it really is like perfect. Like it fits in the slot perfectly. So that's really the way it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be like cooking. I basically just hot glued a strap in there because the screws suck. So they come with the GT2b. I couldn't get them really to go in there very well. It's solid now though, but you ain't taking it apart. So that's worked out pretty well though. It's so much smaller than the other one. That's about it on the MBS mountain board. I've been riding it every day since I got it done a few weeks ago. And I run about 30 pounds of pressure in the tires because I'm like, when you go off-road, man, it is pretty bumpy. If it's bumpy. It's really good on smooth dirt roads, but it's better, on smooth dirt roads or concrete rather than like rocky kind of ruddy, old fire roads or something, which it can handle no problem. Definitely not any good on mountain bike trails or anything like that. It's more of a kind of a urban mountain board cruiser. I don't know, man. I mean, it's a mountain board, but it's not as capable as a mountain bike, that's for sure. And when I did the fan, I just hooked it up to 5 volts, like a 12 volt computer fan, but I just hooked it up to the 5 volt. And it's been fine. That's the key, I think, to the FlipSky shit. The FlipSky stuff, if you want to make it last and live a long time, you've got to keep it cool. Alright guys, I'm out.